I would like to hear more about the diversification of Bumi Resources product.
Well, let me go into a little bit of background. So, over the last 2.5, 3 years, we've undertaken quite a large transformation in the company. We have a new president director, Aga Bakri, and under his leadership, he's implemented a review of our long-term planning. And as the outcome of that has been a decision by the company and the board of directors to invest in non-coal assets. And the reason for that is to offset some of the issues that we have with coal pricing over the years. That impacts our shareholders in the market and our share price. And you've seen significant shifts in the coal prices, which impacts our performance, even though our production maintains.
Okay, but still.
So we're the largest producer, but our costs remain the same, but our pricing that we go to the market to fluctuates with the market, and that impacts us. So to offset that, we're investing in non-coal assets, and particularly critical minerals. So critical minerals, we talk about mainly gold, and that's our focus today, is gold, a little bit of copper. And so we've been focusing on those assets and looking at those assets for quite some time. We have a large business development unit that has been looking at assets in Indonesia and other markets. And last month we announced our first acquisition, which is a gold mine in Australia or in Queensland. And that's a mine that has been in care and maintenance, which means it can be up and running very quickly.
Okay. Can you explain more about the production as well in known coal so far?
Okay, so for example, as I was saying, so it's gold. So we're targeting gold assets today that will be producing very quickly. So they're not exploration assets that we would have a 10 to 15 year forward view. We're looking at assets that will produce within 12 months or less. So for example, Wolfram, which we announced last month, we expect to see production commencing in June next year. So we will start seeing benefits, financial benefits to the company towards the second half of 2026, which is a remarkable achievement. If we get that, and we expect we will, we'd see no reason why we won't, but it will also offset the issues that we have with a declining coal price. And you've got to understand it's a declining coal price, but it moves. So it's now the summer in the north, and if you look at our market, it's predominantly in the north, the northern hemisphere, so the demand isn't as high. So when you start seeing the colder months coming in, and they have very cold months, we expect to see a shift in the pricing again, which will go up. So, but at the same time, we want longer-term security, and so gold, as you see, gold today is very attractive.
Increasing,
so we're not just looking at that; we are getting involved in it. So we've announced that acquisition, and we expect in the next 6 to 12 months more acquisitions in that area.
Okay, so the gold and a little bit of cobalt, like you said, it's going to be sold here, or are you going to export that kind of thing?
Well, no, so for example, that particular asset is in Australia, so we'll be selling it in the market, but the benefits will be to our shareholders at PT Bumi Resources.
Okay, and speaking back about the export markets, what is the company's approach to expanding its export markets amid ongoing global geopolitical uncertainties?
We don't really see a change in that. There's a lot of talk of green and going green, but we still need coal, and we still need to have electricity, and coal there's nothing that can replace to the demands that we have today that coal can provide. So that really hasn't impacted us, and we don't see that it really impacting us in the long-term future.
Okay, so how about the Trump tariff? Does it impact to the business as well?
I think potentially indirectly, although we don't feel it, but I think some of our clients potentially do, and that might have something to do with the coal prices today. And so and a mixture of other things, but
to the company, it's not really significant.
I can't say no, exactly. So I can't really say, and I wouldn't say that the trade issues going on today are directly impact us.
And how does Bumi Resources maintain operational efficiency and also profitability amid commodity price fluctuations?
So, what I mentioned earlier, and this is a very big program that we're undertaking now. So we're ramping it up in terms of really digging deep on our operations. So, for example, KPC, we have 31,000 employees direct and indirectly. We are one of the largest, if not the largest, mining operation for thermal coal globally, and particularly in that particular mine. And so we have very high overheads and cost to run that. So we're looking at efficiencies in all areas of the operation to
what kind of
provide.
efficiencies?
Well, it's how we move. For example, can we reduce our fuel usage?
Okay.
Can we have issues in terms of washing, etc. So the ash content, etc. How do we deal with that? And they're large scale. So that it's.
How about the utilization of the place?
Well, that's exactly. So how we move people, how we move things, it's been carefully looked at today. Because you can imagine, we virtually have a city. And so to reduce the cost of that operation is not an easy thing to do, although we are starting to identify changes that will see medium to long-term savings for our operation.
And you've been doing that for the last 2 years, the last 1 year?
It's for the last two and a half years, we've seen a strategic shift in operational thinking, in management, and that change is being passed down to see how we operate, from the businesses that we operate, and to the operations that we operate. So you'll see cost savings, you'll see expansion, and you'll see greater efficiencies that will basically you'll see savings and benefits to the company and to our shareholders.
I would like to quote what you said before about everyone is still need coal. Everyone is still need electricity, but now every country, not only Indonesia, is going forward to clean energy. How do you see that? Is this a boomerang for us, or how do you see that?
Look, I think that it's very difficult to. You're talking about targets, and you're talking about emission targets. So what we are doing is we're taking ESG very responsibly, and our sustainability very well responsible. So we spend about $80 million annually on ESG. But what we will be doing in the future, and we've started already, is ramping up our sustainability efforts in terms of setting targets for our emissions and reporting on those targets on an annual basis. But at the end of the day, we're not getting out of the coal business. We are substituting growth with non-coal industries, such as critical minerals and downstream processing. So I think that answers the question in itself. We're looking in the next 5 years to have a 50-50, if not better, earnings in terms of EBITDA linked to coal and non-coal.
Okay. Other than what you explained, do you have a big roadmap to enter the renewable energy sector?
Well, I wouldn't say it's renewable. I think we're certainly not. We haven't announced any plans to go into anything in terms of renewable, except for technology-based things. So, for example, gasification.
Yeah, gasification.
So converting coal to gas, and in this case, methanol. So some might call that a renewable area, but we're certainly not going to the areas of other renewables that would, for example, wind farms or solar. And that's not on the plans at the moment. But what we are going into is into mining markets that are non-coal or non-thermal coal.
Okay. And to wrap this discussion, I would like to know what is the target for BUMI in the next 5 or 10 years, other than what you explained before?
Well, I think it's very clear where we're heading. So we're heading for a future where our coal in the next 10 to 15 years will maintain, and we'll see the fluctuations in that, but we'll start seeing savings in our operational costs. So that'll bring benefits. The investments into critical minerals and downstream processing will bring significant rewards and benefits to shareholders and the company. So the future is looking very good for BUMI.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Chris. Looking forward for the biggest achievement from BUMI. Thank you so much.
Thank you.